Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Siva Nur Hasanah, a student in the Bachelor of Management program. First, I would like to express my sincere gratitude Miss Herni, the instructor for the marketing management courses, for giving me the opportunity to present on the topic building strong brands, brand positioning, and brand equity. Okay, everyone, enjoy the presentation. I hope you find the usual, and please forgive any mistake in my delivery. Oke, slide pertama. Building strong brands, brand positioning, and brand equity. The next slide. Shifting brand definition. A brand is no longer just a visual identity logo, but a relational identity that connects producers and consumers through a deep relationship. Next slide. Brand as a promise. A brand is an implicit contract to deliver features, benefits, and services consistently. Consumer trust will be destroyed and difficult to rebuild if the company fails to keep this promise. Next slide. Identity versus brand image theory. The strength of a brand is measured by how small the gap is between these two needs. Yang pertama ada brand identity, how the company wants to be perceived, internal and controlled. Yang kedua, brand image. Brand image, how consumers actually perceive the brand based on real experiences, internal, external. Next slide. Dual role of brand. Brand of strategic function of for two main parties. For consumer as a simplification of the decision making, quality assurance, and means of expressing social status. For companies as a legal asset, a source of competitive advantage, and a tool to obtain premium price. Next slide. Brand as an experience. Modern marketing focus on customer experience. Consumers aren't just buying product functionality, they're buying stories and emotional experience at every touch point, and evolution towards brand purpose. A strong brand in the modern era, especially for Gen Z and millennials, is a brand that has a noble purpose beyond seeking profit, such as the values of sustainability, ethics, and social justice. Next slide. Strategic essence. Positioning is the effort to win a place in the minds of consumers. This strategy focuses on a specific relevant message to prevent the brand from getting lost in the crowded marketplace. And their key elements. 1. Target market. The specific consumer group being target. 2. Competitive frame of reference, brand competition category identity. And 3. Points of difference, POD, unique advantage that consumer want. The company is able to provide and are difficult for competition to image. Next slide. Positioning strategi. Positioning strategi itu ada 4. Yang pertama ada attribute benefit, focus on specific factors. Lalu yang kedua price value, focus on economy price or premium quality. Yang ketiga usage, associated with certain activities. Dan yang terakhir users, focus on lifestyle personality. Next slide. Positioning statement. Standard formula for maintaining internal consistency. For target market, the brand is a category that delivers POD because reaction to belief. Next slide. Risks to avoid. Yang pertama ada under positioning, the brand message is too vague unclear. Yang kedua, over positioning, the brand image is too narrow. Yang ketiga, confused positioning, identity change frequently confusing the market. And definition and nature. Brand equity is the added value a product or service receives from the stake of its brand name and symbol. In modern marketing, brand equity is considered an intangible asset that determines a company's position in the marketplace. Next slide. Brand equity dimension. Brand awareness, a consumer's ability to recognize or recall a brand within a product category. This is the primary foundation for transaction. Brand association. Any consumer memory connected to a brand, such as the impression of luxury, safe, or environmentally friendly. Perceived quality, a consumer's subjective assessment of a product's superiority over other alternatives. This perception is often more influential than objective quality. Brand loyalty, the high level of brand equity where consumers remain loyal to a brand even when competitors offer low price or better factors. Next slide. Customer-based brand equity model. According to Kevin Allen Keller, brand equity is formed through 4 stages of consumer relationship. Yang pertama ada salience identity, ensuring the brand is known to consumers. Lalu yang kedua, performance and imagery, meaning what is the foundation of the product and what image does its project. Ketiga, judgment and feelings response, how customer think and feel about the brand. Yang keempat, relationship, the deepest state of strong physiological attachment and loyalty. Next slide. Strategic value for the company. Having strong brand equity provides real benefit, namely competitive relationship, stronger in the face of price fluctuations and promotional attacks from competitors. higher profit margins. Companies have the power to set premium price. Higher profit margins. Companies have the power to set premium price. Distribution bargaining power. Retailers are more interested in providing products whose names are already widely known. Next slide. Measurement and management. Brand equity is dynamic, so its request. Yang pertama, periodic brand audit to monitor brand healthy regularly. Dan yang kedua, consistency and innovation, maintaining stable marketing communications and continuing to innovate to keep brand excitation relevant to new generations future consumers. Okay, next slide. Cause effect relationship positioning as value archetype. The basic concept of synergy. Positioning is promise planted in the minds of consumers. Brand equity is the value harvested from fulfilling that promise. The positioning as an equity architect function acts as a strategic blueprint that defines the expectation direction such as unified, safe, or affordable. Impact. Consistent positioning combination builds two key pillars of equity: brand awareness and brand association. Dan equity as strategy validation, such as indicator. High equity proves positioning is attractive. Premium price prove that price and quality positioning has been attractive by the market. Loyalty. Evidence that emotional positioning has resonated deeply with consumers. Next slide. Strategic feedback and risk cycle measurement. Positive reinforcement sekali. Experience. Consumer interact with the product based on the promise of the position. Accumulation. Repeated positive experience build trust and loyalty. Equity. Flexibility. Strong equity gives the brand the strength to respond or expect in the factor. Rest of strategy. Strong positioning allow equity. The brand promise is very compelling, but the product fails to meet expectations. Poor quality result collapse of truth. Strong equity. Weak positioning. The brand has a long-standing recognition, but is losing relevance and point of difference to new generation. Result gradual brand erosion. Next slide. Maintaining relevance, reinforcement, and revitalization. Building brand equity is only the first step. Maintaining is requires proactive management to prevent value erosion. Ada brand reinforcement, product consistency, ensuring the brand's core benefits are consistently met or exceeded. Marketing consistency, keeping the core message consistent, the avoid confusing consumer. Marketing consistency, keeping the core message consistent to avoid confusing consumers. Lalu ada brand revitalization. This is done when the brand position start to become obsolete due to change in market taste. How reversing brand association with modern trends without losing its original heritage and penetrating new untapped market segment. Next slide. Sustainable innovation and value adaptation. A brand that lasts is a brand that is able to evolve with the times and social demands. Product evolution, regularly updating product features and technology to remain competitive in the digital era, and responsiveness to social values. Modern brands must adapt to environmental sustainability and ethical issues, and new generation customers tend to be loyal to brands that demonstrate real social responsibility. And the last end goal, keeping the brand a relevant solution and having an emotional connection with contemporary audiences. Okay, next slide. Brand architecture and asset protection. Long-term management also includes portfolio organization and legal aspects. Ada brand architecture and hierarchy. Determine the relationship structure between the parent brand and sub-brands. Model, host of brands like Unilever or brand house. Objective, ensure that each sub-brand reinforces the parent's equity and avoids market cannibalization. Lalu ada brand asset protection legal, intellectual protection through regular renewal of patents, copyrights, and trademarks. It is important to prevent counterfeiting or unauthorized use of identities that could damage brand image. Next slide. Understanding geo-branding and its main types. Geo-branding is a strategic alliance where two or more brands are combined in one product or campaign to create value synergy. Common types: ingredient, CO branding, using well-known brand components as a graduate of quality. Same company CO branding, joint promotion or bundling of product from brands under the same parent company. Joint venture CO branding, collaboration between companies to launch a completely new product or service to the market. Multiply sponsor CO branding, a strategic alliance involving two brands in terms of technology or product. Okay, next slide. Such factors and strategic advantage. Competent partnership require the alignment to generate strong competitive impact. Criteria for a successful partnership. Brand fit. The stability of the values, image, and profile of the target audience so as not to confuse consumers. Complementary strength. Complementing each other's strength. Example, one partner is strong in technology, the other partner is strong in design. Logical connection. Having a reason for collaboration that makes sense to the consumer logic. Strategic advantage. Expanded reach. Direct access to partners loyal consumer base. Risk and cost sharing. Efficiency in marketing and product development costs. Image enhancements. Equity transfer where trust in one brand contiguous to its collaboration partner. Okay, next slide. Anticipated risks and implementation step. Collaboration requires risk management and aligned operational execution. Risk to watch out for. Brand deletion. Loss of brand uniqueness due to too many unnecessary partnerships. Conflict of interest. Difference in company culture or fashion that hinder action. Negative spoiler. Reputational crisis in one partner will negatively impact the image of the other partner. Effective implementation step. Internal audit. Evaluate your own brand strategy and weakness before seeking partners. Partner selection. Choose partner with good reputations and relevant audience. Legal and operational. Clear contract regarding profit sharing responsibilities and logo usage right. Integrated companies. Aligning marketing message to remain consistent and non-contradictory. Next slide. Key brand architecture models. Brand architecture is an organization roadmap for managing a product portfolio to have a logical and efficient structure. Brand house monolithic. A single parent brand encompasses all products. host of brands pluralists. The company owns multiple independent brands with distinct identities. Endorsed brands hybrid product brands have unique names but are backed by the credibility of the parent brand. Next slide. Principles on step of portfolio management. A competent architecture must build a foundation that allows for growth without creating market confusion. Criteria for such a full architecture. Clarity makes it easier for consumer to understand the difference between offerings. Synergy. Brands support each other, not cannibalize each other. Efficiency and flexibility. Minimal budget was and is easy to adapt to new product. Management step. Role determination. Determining the brand's function, such as a premium brand of favor brand to fight low-cost competitors. Elements weak brands. Bulky elements brands that are unprofitable of or confession. Resource allocation. Large investment are focused on brands with the high growth potential. Okay, next slide. Strategic benefit of brand architecture. A well-organized structure not only functions internally but also becomes a competitive advantage in the market. Decision simplification, reducing consumer confusion when choosing between multiple product variants. Parent equity protection, marketing the rise of damage to the primary brand's reputation when attempting new high-risk product categories. Increased products value and organized portfolio reflects professional management, which increases the company value in the eyes of stakeholder inventors. Okay, the next slide, the last conclusion. And conclusion is the great brands are born from the right strategy, positioning, and validated by real value equity. If detail into main points. Poinnya ada dua. Yang pertama, positioning is a promise determining a unique space in the minds of consumers so that the brand choice not become just a commodity. Dan yang kedua ada brand equity is proof, a collection of asset, loyalty, awareness, perceived quality that are obtained because the company consistently fulfills its promise. Without a clear position, equity is difficult to established without strong equity. A presentation is just an empty promise. The synergy of the two creates long-term competitiveness. Maybe that enough presentation from me. Sorry if there are any mistake or shortcomings. I'll end it here. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.